Hi, this is Tom from Infinity Bricks and I have another LEGO Star Wars set review for you. This is set number 75183 and what a fantastic little set this is. This is Darth Vader's transformation. Now, for those who have been watching my videos, you'll know that I'm not a fan of the prequels. I actually don't own any of the prequel sets except for the buildable figure of General Grievous, and this is the only other set that I've actually got which is a prequel set. And to be quite honest, it's quite iconic and I'm not going to apologise for it. I really do like it. Now, when I watch those films, this is the only scene that many people, I think, criticise, but actually Anakin becoming Darth Vader was the whole reason why we bothered watching the prequels in the first place, and to be honest, we endured much disappointment to get to that final point. Now, feel free to disagree with me, and I'm sure many of you do like the prequels, but I'm afraid I'm just one of those guys that you've probably spoken to many a time who says, to be fair, just likes the original trilogy. And to be honest, I do like the new ones, Rogue One, Force Awakens, and I'm looking forward to the next one, The Last Jedi, but this prequel set, disappointment. But I won't go on about that because let's move on and let's talk about this set. Now, I really like this set purely because, as I said, it's an iconic scene with Darth Vader. People criticised him because George Lucas included the line "No," which obviously sounded a little bit weird, but they captured that whole scene and exactly what happens there, so I think that's pretty cool. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So probably should turn this over here. Effectively, we start with Anakin Skywalker. There he is, battle damaged after his fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and for those who've seen the film will know, spoilers ahead, he doesn't do well. And obviously he's very, very damaged. The Emperor comes and collects him, and they take him to this medical bay where you have these medical droids and they're all trying to kind of fix him up and things like that. So there he is, Anakin Skywalker is being fixed and repaired, and as he's being repaired, eventually he's been given new parts and he becomes Darth Vader. Well, I don't believe he's Darth Vader, particularly until he wears the helmet. He was declared Darth Vader before this by the Emperor, of course, but from my point of view, it's the helmet that does it all. And what you have is you have this little sort of Technic kind of contraption here with the helmet kind of lodged into these kind of little rubber Technic pieces here, and you can literally just kind of bend that forward and place it onto him, and to be honest with you, it's a bit fiddly. You kind of need to muck around with it a little bit, but with a little push you eventually do get Darth Vader. So that's quite cool that you can kind of turn that over, and if you push it in, there he is, he's sitting upright, which is awesome. So it's quite cool to have that. I do like the figure, and they've also included, as I say, when he goes no, and everything around him starts getting destroyed and falling apart, and you've got these little tilting panels here, again with Technic pieces. If you push that, the droid comes flying off, and on this side you've got another kind of bit that comes off. So it's kind of cool that they've just added those little bits in there, just you know, little additions. So yeah, nice little touch. And I do like this medical droid actually. He has all these kind of tools in hand, so hammers, wrenches, drills, you know, probably not the tools that they were using in Star Wars, but nevertheless I think they look, you know, quite nice if you look at them from a distance. So yeah, nice little set. I really like it. I do love the inclusion of Anakin Skywalker. That is the first time I've ever had him as a character, so to have the actual damaged one, I feel that's appropriate. I really do like it. I wasn't a great fan of Hayden Christensen either, I'm afraid. So yeah, this is obviously kind of where I felt he looked best, but anyway. So I think this is a good set. It's pretty reasonable in the UK. It's only priced at $19.99, so I feel like it feels quite solid. Now, comparing this to the carbon freezing chamber, which I guess is kind of got a similar look to it, this feels more complete. The carbon freezing chamber was kind of like a half chamber, and it had a similar sort of function where you kind of pushed and tilted, and Han Solo went in and out, he came frozen in carbon, etc. This feels a lot more complete than that. The overall build is solid and, you know, feels really stable, and you could easily depict that within a scene, so you could kind of plonk it on a grey base plate and kind of build some walls, and there you go. So yeah, so for that reason I think this is actually a bit better as a set. So just a quick closer look at the figures here. Anakin Skywalker has the scarring around the chest and around the face, and as you can see, he does have some actual patches of scarring. In the film, I believe he loses his legs, possibly that might be why they're grey, and possibly his hands as well, so that's maybe why they're grey. But yeah, they decided just to kind of do that. Obviously they could have made them transparent or something actually, but anyway, so that's yeah, that's his legs. And on the back you have additional scarring detail on the back there, and also on the back of the head. So the face for Darth Vader is identical, so you actually get two Anakin faces in this one, whereas in previous Darth Vader characters are obviously older, you know, but they've just given you the same head here, which I don't mind. It's nice to have a different version of Darth Vader. And as I say, the Emperor is the same. On the back of the Emperor, he doesn't actually have any printing, and Darth Vader is identical to the previous Darth Vader, so there's no real difference there. But he does have a secondary face, so sort of grumpy and angry. That's kind of his idea. And I suppose I could just lift up the cape so you can see what's happening in the back of Darth Vader. Actually nothing. There you go. Wonderful. 0 on the back. So yeah, only Anakin Skywalker there has the additional print. But there you go. Those are those characters. I really feel the set itself has a lot to offer. There we are. Let's put that on Darth Vader. Put that on Anakin. Look. Yeah, there we go. So fantastic. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. And as a Star Wars fan, I'm very, very pleased to admit that I like this set, even though it's a prequel set. So yeah. Look forward to doing another video again shortly.